Hello students. So next animal phylum we are going to discuss is the mollusca. So mollusca, also known as soft-bodied animals. Mostly these include snails. So here in diagram you can see one diagram of apple snail is given here. This is called phyla. Molluscas are the second largest group of animals. Mostly they are aquatic, some members are terrestrial also. They are called soft bodied animal because they don't have endoskeleton, but there is a presence of exoskeleton, hard exoskeleton which is made up of calcium carbonate. So they have calcareous exoskeleton. Calcareous means exoskeleton is made up of calcium carbonate. They are aquatic, then they are generally bottom dwellers. Bottom dwellers means they are found at the bottom of water bodies like pond, lake, or that may be in the oceans also. They act as scavenger. They feed on dead plant and animal material which is present at the bottom of water body. They have organs, system level of body organization. Their body is bilaterally symmetrical, but if we look into the exoskeleton, it seems asymmetrical. Along with the exoskeleton, their cell, they may be asymmetrical, but if we look into their body, internal body, that is bilaterally symmetrical. They are triploblastic. They have true body cavity, and body is covered by calcareous cell, or calcareous cell means they have calcareous exoskeleton which is made up of calcium carbonate. Body is unsegmented. Body is not segmented into different parts. Body have head, muscular foot and visceral hump. Head have antenna which help as a sensory organ. Single muscular foot is present. These muscular foot help them to glide on the surface. They release mucus, and with the help of mucus they glide on different type of surfaces. So they have single muscular foot. Visceral hump is the dorsal part which is remain connected to a structure called mantle, and from mantle exoskeleton is secreted. So here soft and spongy layer of skin form a mantle over the visceral hump. This mantle secrete exoskeleton. Hump and mantle are called mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. Gills help in respiration because they are aquatic. They have gills help in respiration as well as removal of excretory gases, so they act as excretory organ also. Opening of mouth is called radula, and radula have rasping mouth, rasping organ which help in intake of food. They have continuous teeth which also help in feeding. Sensory organs are present in the anterior part of the head which are called antenna, which help in sensing the environmental changes or stimulus. So flap-like, file-like, rasping organ which help in feeding. They feed on the bottom of the water bodies. So the structure is called radula which help in intaking of the food. They have dorsal heart. Please keep in mind, invertebrates have the position of heart that is dorsal. Vertebrates have position of heart that is ventral. Blood is without any pigment, so blood is colorless. hemoglobin is absent. Instead of hemoglobin, hemocyanin is present. Hemocyanin is the respiratory pigment in these animals. Nervous system consists of different ganglia which are located in the cerebral part, or maybe these are present internal, that is the visceral part. They also have presence of statocysts which help the organ to smell and taste and touch. Also statocysts help in equilibrium, to maintain the balance. Sex organs are separate, means they are dioecious, they are unisexual. Generally they lay the eggs and there is a larval stages, so we can say they show indirect development. Commonly larvae are called trochophores. So trochophore are the larvae of this group. So they are dioecious, they are oviparous. Indirect development, larval stages are present. Larva, trochophore larva is the term we use for the larva of mollusca. Their size varies. Some of the member of mollusca are very small, microscopic, and some of are very huge or very large in size, that may be in the meters also. Like octopus have very large arms. It has 8 huge arms, or these are called tentacles. This is second largest group among the animal kingdoms. So here some examples are given. Phyla, that is called apple snail, pearl oyster, cuttlefish, squid, octopus, that is known as devilfish, Aplysia, that is sea hare, Dentalium tusk shell, and Chaetopluria, that is chiton. Next group is phylum Echinodermata. Echinos means presence of spine, derma means skin, so they have spiny skin. Please remember, there is presence of spiny skin. This is very important. They have spiny body. Remember, and most of the almost all members are marine. Exclusively they are found in the water bodies, or generally they are present in the marine water. They have organ system level of organization. Very unique thing in this group is they show dual symmetry. Adults show the radial symmetry and their larvae show the bilateral symmetry. So if we take example like starfish, Asterias, they show the radial symmetry. This is the group in which adults show radial symmetry, means they can be cut into 2 equal halves from the any plane that pass from the axis. So this is unique point to be remember. Larvae are bilaterally symmetrical because larvae are worm-like and adult are radially symmetrical. They are triploblastic. True coelom is present, that's why they are coelomate. They have complete digestive system, but please remember, mouth is ventral. Ventral means lower, that remain toward. These are also bottom dwellers found at the bottom of sea or water bodies. They also feed on the material which is present at the bottom, which may be dead plant or animal material. Their mouth is ventral. This is very important. And anus is dorsal. Anus is in the upper side or dorsal. Most important and unique feature present in echinoderms is the presence of water vascular system. This water vascular system consists of tube feet, and inside the arms there is presence of water canals. This water vascular system help in locomotion. They act as hydraulic. So water can move from one arm to another arm, and due to pressure their arms act as hydraulic that help them to move. These arms or water canal vascular system also help in capturing the prey, also help in transport of food, and this movement of water in water canal system supply the oxygen or help in respiration also. They are aquatic, so they are monotelic. There is no need of excretory system, so excretory system is absent. They are also dioecious, unisexual, sexes are separate. Mode of reproduction is sexual. These animals has got very high regeneration ability also, means any arm or any part is removed or cut accidentally, that reappear, that can be repaired quickly. This lost part can be regained. So these animals also has got the very high regeneration ability. Regeneration ability is one of the unique feature of member of Echinodermata. Fertilization is usually external. Fertilization takes place outside the body. Gametes are released in the water and fertilization takes place outside the body. Locomotion we know that help in this water vascular system, and one very important term we need to remember, very important part of water vascular system is nothing but tube feeds. These tube feeds help in locomotion. Development is indirect, means larval stages are present, free living larvae are present, and these larvae show metamorphosis. Metamorphosis means larvae are worm-like and bilaterally symmetrical, but when they turn into adult, their morphology changes. Okay, and this metamorphosis also seen in Arthropoda. Caterpillar larva is morphologically different from adult insect. Similarly, larval stage of Echinoderma is quite different in morphology from the adult. Larvae are worm-like and bilaterally symmetrical. So these free swimming larvae are present. Then please remember examples. Scientific name of starfish is Asterias species, Echinus, sea urchin, sea lily, Antedon, Cucumaria, that is called sea cucumber, and Ophiura, that is called brittle star. So sea pen, sea urchin, sea lily, sea cucumber, all these organisms come under the Echinodermata. So we must remember the meaning of echinos means spiny. Their skin is spiny. Exoskeleton is made up of calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate is rough or spiny. That's why we use the term echinoderms for this.